Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle. Doug, I never want the NHL or NBA playoffs to end because I have been on a heater betting with them, and I know I shouldn't say it. That means I'm going to jinx everything, but boy, I just love the playoffs.
Well, I'm having the opposite, so I stopped.
Okay, well, that's a smart move.
I actually was not winning anything. I wasn't reading the games right, so I figured let me stop, reassess what I was doing. I haven't bet for the last couple of days.
Really? Okay,
yeah,
good,
I have actually
good.
refrained because I wasn't winning anything, and I got to figure out what's going on.
That's a smart move. That's a very smart move. I think if more people have done that, I think betting would be a very entertaining thing, and I think you did the right thing. Reassess if you're not doing well.
Well, again, what were you doing? You were doing NHL, you were doing NBA.
Baseball, I was doing terrible on. I got to try that thing. Oh, by the way, you did the earlier in the season for MLB.
Yes.
You did the your experiment about the over 0.5 runs in the first inning.
No-run first inning kind of. That's what they call it, the no-run first inning.
Oh, is that what they're called?
NRFI.
Okay.
So
you did very well betting the over in that. I guess you're going to do part 2 of the thing in the coming weeks, right?
Yes, I'll be scheduling that one up, so I'll be keeping an eye on what I need to do for that.
Yeah. So okay. I should start doing that. I mean, you opened my eyes to that. So
well, it's one of those things where you can keep track of the teams that aren't scoring, or you can keep track of the games, or there's so much data out there for the no-run first inning stuff.
Well, we got a great show coming up. We got a Beatin The House segment. And also, I'm interviewing Michael Monty, who's the GM of Bally's in Atlantic City. They had an amazing opening on May 26th, and we're going to talk all about it. And they're planning a big summer of events and things like that at the casino and new areas of the property. And it's a really spectacular property. I always loved Bally's, and now it's even better.
Oh, and they did a great job with the ribbon-cutting ceremonies, all that stuff. So it was very, very, very fun day, the way they did it.
Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Well, DraftKings CEO Jason Robins is at it again. He made some comments at a Goldman Sachs investor conference that has a lot of people in the sports betting industry scratching their heads.
Very, very interesting comments.
Well,
look, I mean, if you're a sports book operator, certainly you're thinking this. This is if a perfect world and you're a sports betting operator, this is what you wish for. I mean, you just don't want to say the quiet part out loud. You just for PR purposes.
Well, again, it's the way he wants to run his company, and again, the thinking is, in my mind, probably the right way to look at it.
Well, let's talk about what he said.
So. Well, his exact comment was several comments, as a matter of fact.
Several comments,
yes.
Yeah.
As the market matures, the win rate should go up, the hold. Mm-hmm. So that's actually kind of an intelligent thing to say. In an earlier stage environment, it's not the worst thing in the world to give people a chance at a couple of extra winning experiences. Again, well and good.
Yeah.
This is where I think a lot of people took it maybe the wrong way. I don't know if it's whatever, but we're trying to get smart in eliminating the sharp action or limiting it at least.
Yeah, I know that's a big issue for a lot of professional sports bettors. So.
Yeah, it rubbed the bettors the wrong way. I don't know about the industry folk. You're running your own company this way. You want to turn the multiple from, the revenue that you're getting in the revenue multiple you're getting in higher. And the only way you do that is the better hold.
Well, look, we've heard horror stories from professional sports bettors saying, they're putting limits on their bets, or if you're a sports bettor had told the story about, look, I tried to place a bet, and they said, well, if you're going to place that much on it, you have to use these odds that aren't posted. And so we're hearing a lot of horror stories about limits and changing odds and changing spreads. So, it's interesting. It's not an easy time if you're a professional sports bettor or if you're a well-known sharp. So it'll be curious where the industry goes from here.
Well, here's his next comment.
Okay.
Trying to make sure we have a high parlay mix because people do like that. Again, that's nothing wrong with saying that.
No.
Nothing wrong with thinking it.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like I said, certainly a lot of sportsbook operators are thinking this way. I mean,
yes.
they love parlays. What's the old saying? Parlays don't build bankrolls; they build sportsbooks.
Yes.
So you want parlays because it's rare that they hit. It's very rare that they
Here's the next statements.
Yep.
This is an entertainment activity. People who are doing this for profit are not the players we want.
Yep.
Again, same thing. They don't want the sharp bettors, want the casual, recreational bettors that feel this is more of a game to them than professional bettors.
Yeah, and if you're a recreational bettor, you don't have the tools that the sharp players have. They have all these algorithms and models,
all the programs,
that they use,
all
a lot
that
of programs.
stuff. Yes.
So if you're throwing down like $5 on a baseball game,
yes,
that's fine. That's what they like. But if you have these algorithms that are very good and these models that are very good and these we've talked to professional bettors and they spend a lot of time doing research.
Yeah. Yep. And also if you think about it,
that's what sportsbooks hate.
And also if you think about it, they'd rather have several 100,000 people putting $5 on a
sure,
same game parlay that's more than likely not going to win.
Yeah, you're probably going to lose.
But that actually keeps the bottom line growing for the company. And also a lot of people pointed this out, and I noticed it too. DraftKings did the same thing in the daily fantasy sports area. They started changing the contest a bit so that they were winning more than the actual professionals out there.
Sure.
So again, it's a matter of how you want to take. I mean, it's head scratching that he says this publicly constantly.
Well, you got to think of where he was. I guess he was talking to a lot of the investors
yes.
and a lot of that kind of thing. Maybe, But seriously, it's jarring if you're in the sports betting industry, and especially if you're a sharp and if you're a professional sports bettor. You certainly don't like hearing it, or you certainly don't. You know what's happening, But this is kind of like validation for the stories and their allegations, what they've had over the last couple of months, that of the limits and the kind of things that sportsbooks do to minimize the losses from sharp bettors.
Yes, and again, if your viewpoint is from the betting public, these are kind of jarring statements.
Sure.
But from the business side, I don't know if they're out of line, really. I mean, they're basically investment statements. If you want more people to invest in your company, you got to show you're focused on the bottom line more so than making sure the bettors are happy.
Sure.
And I hate to say it that way, but it's probably the right way to look at it. Again, could be phrased better at times.
Yeah, well,
because he's been constantly saying this. Every time he's got an investor conference, he's saying stuff like this.
Yeah.
And again, nothing wrong with what he's saying. Nothing wrong with the way his thinking is. But I think it's just sitting badly with some of the professional bettors out there.
Yeah,
more so than anything else.
Sure, absolutely.
Exit 2.
Got a new gaming reality show coming to Warner TV soon.
Gaming reality show?
Yes. Called Good Game Asia.
Okay.
Yes.
Will this
out
be
of Singapore?
Okay. Will this be in the U.S. or
this is going to be worldwide on Warner TV?
Is this like a streaming channel or what's Warner TV?
Warner TV is both. It can be.
Is this a basic cable kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of that.
Okay.
So, but again, Warner TV also has its own streaming channel too.
All right.
You'll probably be able to see it somewhere. It's going to be airing according to plans here every Friday at 7:35 SGT time.
What the hell is that?
So
Why 7:35?
Singapore time.
What's 7:35? Who starts a TV show at 7:35?
Do not ask me about the timing of that, but I guess there's something that has to do with the way the television networks work out there, because it's going to be like simulcast.
Okay, all right. It's interesting, but
yeah, no, it's even more interesting.
So how do you do a reality show for gaming?
Well,
I'm not sure.
This is how we'll do it.
All right.
Good Game Asia is going to feature about 15 different international gaming content creators or stars or whatever you want to call them, battling it out in a series of challenges for $200,000 in that's Singapore money, $200,000.
Singapore money. I'm right.
I actually don't know what Singapore uses for money, but it's the $200,000 in cashing prizes for the show itself. And they're going to be crowned the Asia's next gaming entertainment superstar.
But I don't get the reality TV part. I understand that gamers sit and are televised as
They're
they
not
play
gonna
the
be doing
games.
that.
Will they be interacting with each other?
They're not going to even be playing games, supposedly.
Okay, so
They're going to be thrown into what's called the Good Game Arena.
all right.
When they're going to compete against themselves and the other contestants in a series of challenges. And these are both online challenges as well as offline challenges throughout the city.
All right.
So it's a combination of both online events as well as offline events.
Okay.
Think of like I guess they're looking at it as like maybe an amazing race
Okay.
mixed in with some online stuff.
All right, that's interesting. Okay.
And they're doing something different than a lot of the other reality shows are doing, which I find very interesting. They're not making the players stay in the arena wherever, in one location. They're free to come and go as they please, as long as they stay with the production schedules.
See, I would have put them all in one house or something.
Well, that's
like
what
that.
everyone. That's every
yeah, but that
reality
creates
show out there.
arguments. The best thing about reality shows is like the arguments that happen during it.
Again, but you also got to realize these guys also the players or the competitors also have their own commitments.
Okay,
they got their own channels to run. They got fan meets and greets. They got all that stuff.
Okay,
and I just think it's a little different because it's
actually the most convenient reality show for the players.
Well,
I mean,
if they follow them along.
Okay, all right, I can see. Okay.
They're not locked in.
All right,
I think that may make it a little different than what's out there because it's not the same setup.
I don't know if they're living together. There's a lot of tension.
Yeah,
usually,
I know, but
usually on reality shows.
How many times can you watch like a Big Brother or a Survivor? Well, a lot of people do.
I've never seen Big Brother, by the way. I've seen Survivor. I've never seen Big Brother, so I don't know what that is.
I'm not a fan of that real world type setup where they're thrown into a house and they got to deal with each other.
All right, well.
So it's just one of those things where it's more of a game show, if you think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's kind of fun to watch this because, again, different setup, different types of games, different challenges.
Okay, this is Warner TV, right?
Warner TV coming out of Singapore.
All right.
The show is called Good Game Asia, starting at 7:35.
7:35,
on your television.
Mark
every
your
Friday.
calendars.
So
every Friday at 7:35.
And they're also doing something else different. They're going to have pre- and post-game shows.
Oh, okay.
If hosted by local people in whatever markets they're in.
Okay.
So they're expanding it in terms beyond the show itself, and it'll be fun to see exactly where this show can go because it's different.
Okay. Well, first I have to find Warner TV, and then I'll find this game show.
Well, you can also
TV
go to their
show
website too. It's going to be airing on Asia.gg.
Okay. All right.
So there's that .gg good game domain name for gaming sites.
Okay.
That everyone's using.
All right.
Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
Exit 3.
We have a new entrant into the NFT marketplace. We seem to have one every week. The English Premier League is now moving forward in the United States with some cryptocurrency and NFT projects, and they filed 2 trademarks for them.
Okay.
They have filed them on June 1st, and they are associated with the league itself, not an individual team. One is the league's name and logo of a lion wearing the crown in 3/4 view, like the normal Premier League logo.
The famous
is.
logo, yeah, I even know
Yes.
that one. Okay.
And the other one is a trademark of the Loving Cup trophy.
Now these are going to be NFTs.
They're going to be everything: cryptocurrency, NFTs.
All right.
Trademark filings, according to the filings themselves, are expansive.
Now, are there new categories for NFTs when you file a trademark? There are different categories you have to put your trademark in. Are there new special things now?
It really
for
depends
NFTs?
on the NFT. If they're a utility kind of NFT where they unlock other things, you can actually go for a service.
Okay.
Instead of just a product.
All right.
But again, these are everything. We have creation and sale of digital assets, virtual clothing.
Virtual clothing?
Virtual clothing.
Okay.
Cryptocurrencies and media files verified by NFTs. Now, the virtual clothing is interesting because
I don't even know what that. What does that mean?
When
you
you're-
get clothing for your avatar or
Exactly.
something? Are you serious? That's right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Branded clothing.
So you have to pay for clothing for your avatar.
Yes, that's a whole brand new thing. That's
Okay.
a whole brand new. You've got Nike doing them. You've got all these other sporting goods companies.
I guess
doing
there's a
virtual
market for them
trademark.
if you're doing it, and if
Well,
you're
with all the-
spending money for it, I guess there's a market for it.
With all the different metaverses that are coming out, these companies are preparing for piracy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
You know,
Okay.
if you have an avatar and you put an Adidas shirt on, but you just have like the logo that looks like it.
So
That's piracy.
not only are they marketing the clothing and things
They're
like that,
protecting
they're
their
actually
brands.
protecting their
Yes,
brands. Okay, I can
exactly.
see that.
So,
But just the whole idea of buying virtual clothing. Soon we're not even going to be leaving the house.
Well, I
and
just-
why leave the house anywhere? You got virtual clothing, you got the metaverse, you got the groceries delivering to everything.
well,
so.
you can't eat virtual food.
Well,
You can
you
order
know
food.
what?
You can order food.
Well, give it a couple of years. They're going to be NFTs for virtual
Well,
food.
McDonald's already has a couple NFTs.
Really? Okay.
Trademarks for
Okay.
virtual goods. So you can actually go into a McDonald's in the metaverse and your avatar could eat.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get McDonald's in your metaverse. I mean, there's so many different things. You got clothing, you got food, you got games, you've got teams, you've got all that stuff. I mean, we even talked last week, SimWin Sports, which was all NFT virtual football league.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
the franchises were just virtual
So
NFTs.
everything is going to be NFTs pretty soon.
Pretty soon, we're just going to be walking around wearing goggles.
Well, yeah, NFTs.
Like that.
Like I said, we're not going to leave the house anymore.
What was that? What was the movie a couple years ago? Ready Player One, where they just lived in the
Yeah.
online
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
Basically, that's what this is becoming. And also, they have another trademark: the use of Premier League trademarks in virtual, augmented, and mixed reality software.
Okay.
So basically, not just the league, but also whatever teams are part of the league
Mm-hmm.
are going to be brought into some virtual reality gaming.
Okay.
With branding and probably where you can buy virtual goods
Okay.
when you're sitting in a virtual stadium watching a virtual soccer game.
Wow.
I'm sorry, a virtual football game. And it's just one of those things where you're seeing an entire new industry being born as we go along with this. And NFTs are basically a way to unlock this stuff.
Yeah, I guess
it brings
so.
in the
Yeah.
fans, and then they get into the virtual side. And
Hey, if you're not into NFTs, I guess you have to start getting into NFTs
I
because
guess
it's
so.
going to be a necessity in the future. I guess. Boy, it just looks like everything's NFTs now.
Well, I just wonder how many people that collect football and baseball cards are now NFT collectors in that area.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's a huge thing. I know Deshaun Kaiser just started a company doing that, where he's actually keeping the actual memorabilia in a vault for people who buy the NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to get the actual memorabilia, they have to claim it. Otherwise, they can just hold on to the NFT and resell it. But he just started this company, so it's kind of interesting to see how everything is becoming virtual.
Yeah.
More so than anything else. And again, this follows along with what Arsenal did last month. They actually did a partnership that turned a free-to-play game into an NFT game. You have to buy the NFT to play in this free-to-play card game.
Okay.
So we'll see exactly where all this stuff goes. But again, 2 new Premier League trademarks, NFTs, cryptocurrency, virtual clothing.
Exit 4.
I'm going to end up the rundown with 2 new pro leagues coming to the United States. I don't know if the first one is actually can qualify as a league. It's a tournament series. It's the World Series of Darts.
See, I thought they had the World Series of Darts.
They
already.
do overseas. It's not popular here. They just brought it over this beginning the first weekend in June. They brought it over. They
Okay.
brought it to Madison Square Garden, as a matter of fact.
Oh wow. Okay.
They had in attendance over 6,000 people
Wow.
watching the. And I'm going to get this right. The Bet365 U.S. Darts Masters and the Bet365 North American Championship.
So considering the Bet365 is sponsoring it, I'm assuming you can bet on this
Overseas.
overseas. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Not sure if you can do it here yet.
Okay.
But again, this was the first time they've had.
I think
World
this is
Series
one of those
darts.
events where you have to go state by state and ask permission to get,
Yes,
on the
yes.
thing. But you can bet on darts. I mean,
Yes, you can.
I've seen darts. I'm not sure if you can bet on the World Series of darts.
Well, they
yet.
just had their first event here. They were planning on doing it a year ago, but COVID stopped it.
Okay.
So what they did was they brought it over here, World Series of Darts, or the WSOD as it's referred to.
WSOD. Okay.
Yes. As a matter of fact, according to the promoting company that puts this on every every couple of years or every year. WSOD sells around 1 million tickets per year. In
Wow.
Europe. Events held in the UK, Germany, Netherlands average 10,000 people sitting there watching.
You know, darts was one of the sports I watched that was streaming on one of the sports books I was on. And when I was watching it, not the World Series of Darts, but the streaming service or whatever you call it on the sports book, they just had the dartboard and the darts hitting it. There was absolutely no production value whatsoever of the tournament I was watching. So hopefully, they increase the production value a little on the darts.
Well, I remember watching BBC America when they did their dart championship series.
That was huge crowds.
It was William Hill sponsoring.
Yeah,
it,
no, that was huge
and
crowds.
They had all the tables filled that people were drinking and cheering and all that. And
I think one of the things I was watching was, it wasn't a big tournament or anything like that. I think it was one of those, weekly dart things that, people do. And like I said, they just had a picture of the dartboard and the darts hitting the board. So, it wasn't exactly exciting when I was watching.
World Series of Darts or even dart playing is popular here.
Oh, no, it's extremely popular.
According to some of the estimates by the companies putting this on in Madison Square Garden, you're talking about 9 million people on average play darts.
The fact that they're in Madison Square Garden tells you something about the popularity of a sport. I mean, if it wasn't popular, they wouldn't be in Madison Square Garden.
Well, the other part with Madison Square Garden is even though DAZN is their exclusive streaming company, they did get permission and worked out a deal where MSG Network is going to simulcast it when it airs.
Okay, when is that airing? Because I have MSG Network.
They have not said when it's going to air, but it's going to be airing on the MSG Network in addition to DAZN. And you got to figure with MSG having sports betting licenses.
Yeah.
There's going to be something there that maybe down the road where they have more and more of these events.
I have Madison Square Garden Network, and I will definitely check it out because I like Madison Square Network.
And real quick,
Madison Square Garden Network, I should put the garden part.
And real quick, the other new league that's launching soon is the Major League Football League.
Major League Football League.
Yes.
We're talking about American football.
MLBF. This is football.
This is football.
Four teams.
Okay.
Four
teams.
Just 4 teams.
Okay.
It's a developmental league. They have no preconceived notions about being a competitor to the NFL. They're going to be doing some things differently. They just did a deal with the Hall of Fame in Ohio to be the home city and home location for one of the Ohio team for the league.
All right.
What they're going to be doing is they're actually going to be preparing players, coaches, and trainers for NFL jobs.
See, that's great.
And they're going to be filming it.
Okay.
You're going to see behind-the-scenes action stuff or behind-the-scenes footage.
They should do that. Behind-the-scenes action stuff.
They're going to show footage of how these players, trainers, and coaches are developing.
See, that's good. I like that. See, that would be more fascinating to me than watching the games.
Well, we'll see.
How the players are developing, how the coaches are treating them, how everyone is interacting with each other. That's more interesting than I think the games will be.
Well, again, it's a matter of if they stay trying to be a developmental league. I mean, I remember the USFL had notions of trying to challenge the NFL.
Well, yeah, they were doing great as a spring league, and then they wanted to go to the fall, which was stupid.
Made no sense.
Yeah, but and that's we're talking about the USL in the 1980s, the original USFL.
Yes. But again, this is going to be fun to watch. It'll be developmental league, and I hope this succeeds.
Yeah,
because
I hope
it's
so.
always fun to have more American football out there.
It'll be more fun watching it as a TV show than as a sporting event.
And it'll be more fun seeing the Hall of Fame as the Ohio's home stadium.
Sure. And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Well, we got a great show coming up for you. You got a Beatin The House segment. And coming up right after this, I'm talking with Michael Monty, the GM of Bally's in Atlantic City. They're just had an amazing opening weekend in May 26th, and we were there. We had 3 ribbon cutting ceremonies in one day. I've never had that occur, so I've never even seen something like that. So I'm talking with Michael Monty, GM of Bally's Atlantic City, an amazing property on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. On May 26th, we attended the grand opening of Bally's in Atlantic City. It was an incredible event and was the first time we've ever attended 3 ribbon-cutting ceremonies in one day. Bally's has always been an incredible property, and it's just gotten better with new rooms, new bars, and new restaurants. I know a lot of people worked really hard transforming the property into one of the best in Atlantic City, and we're going to talk to one of those people right now, General Manager of Bally's Atlantic City Casino Resort, Michael Monty. Michael, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
I got to tell you, I experienced another first that day. It's the first time I ever saw a general manager of a casino tap a keg, and I just say I was very impressed with it.
I practiced that a lot.
Not a lot of beer was spilled. Hardly any beer was spilled. So it was. I thought it was going to be kind of ceremonial, but you actually had a mallet in your hand and you drove the tap right in.
Yeah, I was concerned. I was wearing nice clothes for
yeah,
all
you had
the
a suit
event.
on.
That I was afraid it was going to spray all over me, but he let some air out from the top. So
oh, okay. No, it was such a great event that day. I mean, but before we get any further, I just want to say congratulations. Bally's looks absolutely amazing, and I think the people who visit the property are going to be amazed at what they find there. Now, I want to get to the ribbon-cutting properties in a little bit, but I first want to ask you about the new hotel rooms. I mean, before the ribbon-cutting ceremonies got going, we got to tour some of the rooms, and they are some of the best you will find in Atlantic City. What did Bally's do to the hotel rooms, and what improvements were made for the opening?
Yes, so our position in the city is one of our best attributes. It's a beautiful view, tall tower overlooking the ocean. You can see it coming in, and the room product itself, when we acquired the property, it's just not up to the standard that we wanted, particularly to attract the kind of customers we're looking for as we seek to compete in the marketplace. So we undertook an initiative to renovate the 750 hotel rooms in the Bally's Tower, and we did everything from new carpets, new walls, new bathrooms, new bedding, new beds, to something as simple as new clocks and new placement of phone chargers to update those. So kind of soup to nuts, touched every room in that tower to really create a competitive product.
It was absolutely amazing. I went into one room. They had a billiards table in it. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, you're talking about our suites. So,
yeah, boy.
Yeah, we have a real competitive suite product now. Some of the rooms have bars in them. Some have, like you mentioned, a billiards table, and it's kind of a large space where you could host people in there, in addition to the bedrooms, multiple bathrooms. So really nice suite product at the top of the tower.
Now, I want to ask you about the ribbon cutting ceremonies. The first location that had the ribbon cutting was the Carousel Bar, which is New Jersey's only 360-degree rotating bar. I mean, it's such a great concept. How did Bally's come up with an idea of a rotating bar? Because it's brilliant.
Yes, so it was inspired from the Hotel Monteleone in New Orleans, and the idea is really as you described. It's something that has to be seen.
Yeah.
It's a place where people want to meet up and say, "I'll meet you at the Carousel Bar." It's a place where people are coming into town. They'll say, "You know what? Let's swing by Bally's because I got to see it. I've heard a lot about it. I want to see what that's like." So we really wanted that wow type environment, and I think we hit it right on the mark.
I got to tell you, it's a beautiful looking bar too, and it's in the perfect location in Bally's. Explain to everyone where they can find the Carousel Bar in Bally's, because it is just the perfect location.
Yeah, so we say you only get one chance to make a first impression.
Yeah.
So it's the first thing you're going to see when you walk into the property. So if you're coming through the whole from the parking garage, you just walk towards the casino floor. If you're coming off the boardwalk, you walk through the casino floor and you'll see it right away. It's more elevated than our previous lobby bar.
Yeah.
So it really feels more connected to the gaming floor. And over top on the ceiling above it, there's a really unique lighting package, and it can be synced with music. It can be an array of different colors. So you can't miss it.
So it's been open for a couple of days now. What has been the people's reaction to it? I know I was sitting there at the bar, and it was a very interesting feeling. I loved having a beer there. Is it quickly becoming a popular place on the property?
Absolutely. I'll leave work on a Tuesday later into the night, and it's already crowded.
Right.
So it's definitely turning into a place where people want to be. I'd say that the curated and unique cocktail offerings that we built are something that people are wanting to try out and talking about and putting on social media. So. We have some unique cocktails that seem to be of interest to people.
Now, another ribbon cutting ceremony you had was at a space called The Yard, which I think is just an incredible concept. What is the whole idea around The Yard?
Yeah, so The Yard is an idea that we had to capture both gaming and non-gaming customers alike. It's kind of a unique space that's a couple different things to different types of people. So for a non-gaming customer, particularly in the summer, you could come off the boardwalk, walk into The Yard, listen to some music, have a nice drink, and you have some kind of upscale pub food. We have everything from burgers and fried chicken to mahi and tuna stacks, but it's all a very casual environment. For someone who's really interested in entertainment, we're creating a very competitive entertainment offering there. So by night, that place will turn into something really special when the outdoor portion's open. There'll be a stage there. There'll be strong regional bands there, and so for that type of customer, it'll be a great place to get some music and still have some drinks and a good time. Well, so we're really excited about it, and it's one of a kind beer hall in where Harry's Oyster Bar used to be, and it's right off the boardwalk, which is a really special type of environment that not many of the other casinos have to offer.
I was going to ask you, what are your future plans for The Yard? I mean, you mentioned concerts. Will there be special events there? I mean, it's such a unique property that there's nothing like it in Atlantic City. I'm just curious to see, as the summer goes on, what can we expect to see at The Yard?
Yeah, so it's an interesting question. So we definitely have the entertainment product that'll be out there, and we think that'll be an attraction. And for anyone who comes and visits in the next couple weeks, they're going to see the indoor portion, which is open, and that's what we cut the ribbon on. Yeah. But it's all going to be connected to the outdoor space, which almost looks like a greenhouse right now, where the stages will be in another bar. But also, we have customers and business customers coming to rent that out for meet and greets, meetups, alumni events. convention space, like an after party for conventions and banquet business. So it's got a little something for everybody.
You know, I heard that at the ribbon cutting that, you know, the yard wasn't completely finished yet, but I forgot who said it, but they said, you know, you'll be able to sit at the inside bar and you'll be able to turn and look at the boardwalk. And it just blew my mind, the possibility for that property area. It's just an incredible place.
Yeah, I mean, the concept of this open air design, so outdoors, and, you know, again, I'll call it the greenhouse for simplicity, but that can make you feel like you're inside or outside, depending on what we need and what the weather is like. And, you know, one thing that we really tried to capture is, of course, we're a seasonal business, but we think that can be a great space 12 months out of the year. Mm-hmm. So by the summer, it's a summer feel. We can open the doors, we can open the roof, and you can let the ocean breeze come in. But in the winter, we could close those things. You still feel like you're outside. Maybe there's snow coming down, but you're not freezing, and you can still listen to great music and have a drink.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, I was there in May, and I was thinking, oh, what a great outside place. But that will be able to be closed up for the wintertime, and that'll be used in the wintertime, correct?
Yeah, that was one of the kind of architect and design challenges we had, and we've positioned it to be open all year round.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned what used to be there, Harry's Oyster Bar. I was trying to, when I first walked into this space, I know this place, I've eaten in this place. What was it called? It was like Harry's Oyster Bar. So for people who are familiar with Atlantic City, the yard is in the location where Harry's Oyster Bar used to be, right?
That's right. And, you know, Harry's was a great restaurant.
It was,
they had over a decade run here. You know, and I think the yard will be as great, and so fans of Harry should definitely come check out the yard.
Oh, absolutely. Now I want to ask you about your third ribbon cutting ceremony, and that was at Bally's Legends VIP Beach Bar. I mean, for me in the summertime at the Jersey Shore, there's nothing like a beach bar, and I think Bally's has the best on the East Coast. Tell us something about that space, and what can people expect when they visit there?
So, for anyone who's a fan of the beach bar, who has visited the beach bar, we will have everything that you've enjoyed in summers past. But we're adding a couple new amenities that we think can elevate the experience. So we have cabanas that are up on the perimeter of the beach bar that can be rented out. You know, we will have higher end bottle service and you know, a more curated dining and service experience with our waitstaff for the cabana guests. Even out on the beach itself, we have last summer was kind of tough from a staffing perspective, but we have the beach chairs and we have umbrellas, and you know, we're looking to bring that high end service out to those guests as well. So you know, a Legends customer can either get a cabana or they could sit out on the beach and get tailored service from our waitstaff out there.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because for people who aren't familiar with Atlantic City, can you explain where the beach bar is? I mean, it's actually on the beach. I mean, when you're walking on the boardwalk, where would you go to get to the beach bar? Because I got to tell you, I have friends in New England, and I had to explain to them that in New Jersey, when you say beach bar, it's actually on the beach.
Yeah, we're right on the beach, and it's pretty interesting when there's the large concerts in town because they're right in front of our beach bar. We'll have 15,000 people on the beach in front of our beach bar. But yeah, so the pier in front of Caesars, that is one of our that's to the south, and then really right in front of the property where Bally's is where, you know, you take a meandering walkway, and then you're at the beach bar. So right in between the pier and really in between the two piers, if you're being exact.
Now, I know a lot of gamblers listen to this show, and Bally's is one of the best casinos in the country. For someone who has not yet visited the property in Atlantic City, what can they expect when they walk onto the gaming floor? What type of game can they expect to play when they go to Bally's?
Yeah, so from a table games perspective, we have a newly renovated high limits We have all the baccarat games and blackjack games in there, and really on the weekends it's so energetic.
Yeah.
All the tables are filled, and we have standing room behind it. Then from a slot perspective, we have the balance of new and old product. We have over 200 new games this year. We had 58 new slot game product come in last year. So, we have a competitive product set. We also have the lease product that, the customers love. We have a Lightning Link Lounge. We have the Buffalo. So it's funny, too, because when we bought the property in November of 2020, there was definitely an older slot product that we wanted to improve upon. But we have found, and we continue to find, that some of our classic real games are just of interest to the customers. They like to pull that handle. They like to see the wheels spin. So we have a lot of that as well. Our high-limit slot area, which is right off our lobby, right next, adjacent to the carousel bar, has really turned into a nice space. So, we have an aggressive slot product, and we're competitive with the market. We have the lease product, and our table games, particularly our high limits, is really interesting.
Now, I know a lot of people go to casinos just for the food, and I know Bally's has some of the best restaurants, not only in Atlantic City, but I think on the East Coast. In terms of food, what can people choose from when they go to your casino?
So, we have created what we call dining on the sixth. So if you're familiar with Bally's, there's a very large escalator coming up off the gaming floor, and it takes you to the sixth floor. There's also an elevator that gets you there. And on the sixth floor itself, we have a couple different restaurants. So we have Guy Fieri's Chop House, which has been a staple at this property for years. Yeah. We think it's great. It's kind of a more approachable take on the steakhouse that you see at some other casinos. The food is delicious, top notch. And so also on the sixth floor we have Water Dog, which is it's an interesting concept. We have everything from poke bowls to great breakfast to lobster rolls. It's kind of a beach meets Jewish deli take.
Yeah.
And that's they have great breakfast and 3 meal a day type restaurant. And then also on the sixth floor, Jerry Longo's Meatballs and Martinis, which is a concept that we've had success with in our portfolio properties in both Rhode Island and Dover. That's an Italian restaurant. It's proven to be really properly recepted by the customers. And then we have DJs in Longo's at night on the weekends, and it turns into a little South Philly type dance club. So those are restaurants on the sixth floor. In addition, we have Sacco's Subs, which is a local favorite. We have Carluccio's Pizza, which is another local favorite for your kind of grab and go type foods. The Yard has food, as I mentioned.
Yep.
So we think we have a lot of different food offerings for whatever the customer needs are.
Now, one of the biggest news stories for the gambling industry over the last couple of years is the rise of sports betting. And in terms of sports books, I think Bally's has a great sports book run by one of the biggest names in sports betting, and that's FanDuel. Tell us something about the sports book at Bally's.
Yeah, so we have a strong partnership with FanDuel. That was an initiative that we secured as soon as we had the rights to do so. We were excited about partnering with them. So the FanDuel Sportsbook is right off our gaming floor, adjacent to Red Bull 88, which is an Asian restaurant that we have that I forgot to mention. So right off the gaming floor on the boardwalk side, you come right in. It used to be where I think it was called the Blue Martini.
Yeah.
A comedy club type venue. So that's the space it used to be. And you can eat there as well. You can get drinks there as well. And we on game days you can rent out the big chairs, sit in the luxury recliners up front. You could get a table in the back, a taller table in the back with some friends, or you just gamble in the kiosks and make your bets.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I had a burger at FanDuel once and it was really good. So they're a good food option as well.
Yeah, often overlooked.
Yeah.
But that's what I say too. Surprisingly good food there. Because it's obviously you lead with the sports book, but you have the lounge as well. So
sure.
you could get some there. That's what I say to people: try the pretzels. It'll surprise you.
Well, I got to ask you, how crucial has sports betting become to the casino industry? I mean, could a casino open up nowadays and not have a sports book and still expect to be successful? I mean, is it now crucial for a casino that opens up to have some kind of sports betting entity in it?
Yes. So from the legal and regulatory obligations aside, from an amenity perspective, we look at it as something else to offer our customer. You talked about restaurants and hotel rooms and, great places to eat and drink. Well, we feel the same about a sports book. It's to remain competitive. It's another thing that we need to offer the customer an opportunity to enjoy. So to your point, I think you hit the nail on the head.
One of the great things about this job is that I get to speak to people who are guiding and shaping the future of the gaming industry. I mean, we've had casino heads come in here and tell me, the future of casinos are cashless gaming floors or esports or cryptocurrencies in the future. What do you think? Where do you think the casino and gaming industry is going, and what kind of innovations can people expect, not only in New Jersey, but for the rest of the country?
So fundamentally, I think the technology continues to evolve. The gaming technology continues to change. The types of games customers want from a slot product changes. But the fundamental concept has generally remained unchanged. Mm-hmm. I haven't been in the industry for decades, but I hear I work with a lot of folks who have, and the way they describe Atlantic City of its heyday is a place where there's energy, a place where there was entertainment. It was there was lines to get to the tables. So that type of environment may never be as grand due to the expansion of regional casinos throughout the country. But I'd say fundamentally a place where people can come to be entertained, to enjoy themselves, to have a social interaction, which can't be replicated necessarily with an app. It can be augmented with some technology where there's cashless or there's easy check-in and all those things. But fundamentally, the casino is a social place where people seek a thrill, seek entertainment, seek relaxation, and that's consistent. And I think that's the past. In many ways, I think it's the future. But we'll continue to stay in tune with the market and from a technology and a forward-looking perspective. But the core gaming concept remains the same.
Now, I know a lot of people are going to be traveling a lot more in the next couple of months. What can customers at Bally's expect from the property this coming summer? Are there any special promotions or events that you want to tell people about that are happening on the property?
So, we always have an aggressive marketing calendar. So I would first say if you're not a customer, come sign up. We have some tier matching. New customers are inactive customers. So come check out what that offer is. And you might be surprised about what our basic calendar will offer you. But specifically this summer, we have entertainment. So at the Beach Bar, 7 days a week, we have entertainment. We'll have really great bands, and our calendar's up on the website on the weekends from Thursday to Sunday. Once once that outdoor part opens up, once that wall comes down, more entertainment, more excitement there. And then, the Carousel Bar, we don't even need to have a DJ, although we do, to be entertaining there.
Okay.
Just hop on the Carousel Bar and take a spin. But on the weekends, we have DJs there. So we say at Bally's, we're born to entertain, and so we took that to heart in our programming of entertainment this summer. But our True Blue marketing calendar is very aggressive. I would urge your customers, if they're in the area, to swing by, sign up for a card, see what their offer is, start playing, and then we have consistently we have aggressive and exciting marketing offers.
Michael, we're running out of time, but can you give out a website or a social media address that people can go to and check out what's going on at Bally's, and also where they can make reservations to stay there?
Yeah, Bally'sAC.com, www.BallySAC.com. They could go to the Bally's website, just Bally's.com, and then find our property. Or if they're traveling regionally, and we have a portfolio of properties throughout the country. So check out Bally's.com and see where the other properties are. They can book hotels. We're with all the major booking engines. Mm-hmm. So, but you can also just go to that website, Bally'sAC.com, and click book a room, and we again, they could go on the Expedias of the world and book as well. But definitely check us out and stop by. You can always ask questions. We have very friendly staff, so we'll point you in the right direction.
Michael Monty, General Manager of Bally's in Atlantic City, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about the property. Growing up in New Jersey, I know how great Bally's has been, and it's incredible to see how much better it is now. Please come back and keep us updated about Bally's, because we love the property and we love hearing about all the great things happening to it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Bally's is back.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
With Drizzly, I can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly also lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at BeanGenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to BeanGenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to another edition of Beatin the House, where we're going to crisscross the country talking about the various casino jackpots, lottery jackpots, keno, bingo, slot machines, table games, bad beats, you name it. If it won some money, we're going to talk about it.
Have we had bingo in a while?
I think we had bingo 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yes. All right. And yeah, it's not a big game.
No.
In terms of, you don't see too many press releases on
high
bingo.
rollers aren't flying into casinos for the hot bingo action.
And for any high roller bingo people, we apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, there's a lot of bingo games out there.
Sure, yeah,
It's just,
no,
we don't
absolutely.
see too many press releases on major wins. In
You don't
bingo.
see too many whales playing bingo.
No. We're going to start off this week with a couple of Nevada jackpots.
Okay.
Going to start off at the Golden Gate Casino, Las Vegas, and this is the largest jackpot of the week.
Okay.
That we're going to be talking about.
Starting off with the big one.
Yes. As a matter of fact, before I get too far into this, keep the press releases coming in, info@turnpikesportsradio.com, and we'll keep doing the segment. Please, we love learning about what games are paying out, where these casinos are actually located sometimes, and it's fun to see exactly who's winning what. Okay, Golden Gate Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. We've got a slot player hitting a jackpot over $1 million. We've got a player hitting $1.342 million on a Wheel of Fortune machine at Golden Gate.
Wow.
They did not say which variation of the Wheel of Fortune game there was.
How many are there? I mean, there's over
50.
50. Really?
Yes,
Oh,
there's over
unbelievable.
50. And that's including both online and brick and mortar. Brick and mortar has certain numbers. The online ones have other ones too. And
brick and mortar, you always hear about Wheel of Fortune or Monopoly. Mainly because they have so many different versions of those games. So people are just constantly playing them. So I guess it seems like they pay out the most.
I like the fact when you see a Wheel of Fortune machine, it's never the same one twice in a casino.
No.
I remember they announced one that it had like a bank of 3 seats, and then above it was the giant wheel.
Okay.
And you actually, when you won the bonus to spin the wheel, if you were in your individual seat, it was the one above you that spun.
I kind of stay away from those really big ones. I don't know. It's just a little.
I've never played a big cabinet.
I don't know.
I've never.
It's
actually
just a
played
little
one of
weird.
those.
They have them like that reach the ceiling now.
Yes.
I just don't do those things.
Well, again, they're cabinet displays for a reason.
I need a
display.
I need a quiet corner in the gaming floor just to let me do my thing and play my game, and that's all I need. I don't need to be out in front of like some massive cabinet.
Again, if some people like playing the cabinets.
Hey, you know what? It's an amazing sensory experience. Bells and whistles right in front of your face.
And also allows the slot maker and also the casino themselves to actually promote the new games.
Sure,
I mean, you walk into some of these. I remember one of the ones, a couple in Atlantic City, and also even one of the ones up in Massachusetts, Plainridge. You walk in a certain area, and right facing you is a whole bank of new slot machines.
Oh yeah, no, they're against the walls and in the middle, and it's these things are huge now.
Then you have I saw the other ones the other day, the 3D looking ones with like the Wizard of Oz, down the yellow brick road. They actually have almost a 3D looking screen.
I think I saw a big Willy Wonka one.
Yes.
And when I say Willy Wonka, I mean the original Willy Wonka thing.
The Gene Wilder one.
Yeah.
Yes. Not the, what was it, Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Yes. Was that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or was that Willy Wonka?
I think Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
was Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Yes. That was actually the name of the book.
Okay.
Okay. But again, we have $1.342 million Wheel of Fortune jackpot at the Golden Gate. Also staying in Nevada, we've got the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno. Had a royal flush on the Jackpot Hold'em game. That's a table game out in Reno there. $76,000 win.
Wow.
No word on what the bet was. No word on what the actual cards were. It just said royal flush in the press release. Mm-hmm. It was like a one-line press release.
Okay.
But okay, that's fine. Staying over in Nevada, we got the El Cortez Hotel and Casino. Matter of fact, I think the El Cortez is holding a anniversary. I think it's like 50 years or something for the El Cortez. They're doing an anniversary. They just got a whole thing redone. They had the carpeting redone. They had everything redone.
Well, I guess after 50 years, you got to freshen it up a little bit.
Well, it actually became iconic.
I'm sure it hasn't been 50 years since they changed the carpet, but
I hope it's not been 50 years since they cleaned the carpet.
Yeah, you want a big facelift at 50.
Yes. But again, according to all the people reporting when they were doing the renovations, the carpeting itself became kind of iconic. The way the design was, it stood out. And people kind of knew what property you were in just by seeing the actual carpeting, which I find that crazy. It's not crazy in a bad sense, but it's amazing that you can actually have a carpeting become iconic.
Yeah, wow. Hey.
But El Cortez reported that 6 players combined for over $74,000 in winnings through the first 3 days of June.
Oh, okay.
Casino also reported that $1.745 million was the payout for the month of May. They had 9 winners winning between $16,000 and $57,780, and 10 winners winning between $10,000 and just under $16,000.
Okay.
So El Cortez must
good month.
Yeah, had a good month for giving out jackpots, and players did well there. Going over to, let's see, I'll go to Nichols, New York.
Nichols, New York. What's
Yes.
in Nichols, New York?
The Tioga Downs Casino Resort.
Hear a lot about it. Never been.
That's Jeff Corrals.
Okay. All right.
Guest at Tioga
I've never
Downs.
heard of Nichols in New York either. So.
I'd never heard of Nichols. I never knew it was in Nichols.
By the way,
New York. I knew it was in upstate New York.
What a great name for a location for a casino. Nichols, New York.
Nichols just rolls off the tongue there.
Nichols, New York.
A guest started off his weekend right by hitting the jackpot on a Friday afternoon at 3:30 p.m.
Wow, boy.
Yes, started right off.
A happy hour.
And this was another blackjack progressive win. This was actually the Blazing Sevens progressive jackpot. He won a jackpot worth $364,718 on the $5 bet to trigger that progressive side bet.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, we actually have seen this bet win in different places. It's called different things in a different few areas. I know the live properties in Philadelphia and also Pittsburgh both have this game.
Okay.
And I think Encore Boston Harbor has something similar to it. I don't know if they call it the Sizzling or the Blazing Sevens. I think one of them calls it Sizzling Sevens.
Okay. All right.
But again, this is the $5 bet where you take your your 2 cards and you compare it with the dealer's 2 cards.
Okay.
And you make a poker hand.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Yes.
we talked about that last week.
Yes.
Okay. Never
And
played it. It sounds like an interesting game.
It's a side bet.
Okay.
You have to do the $5 bet to trigger the progressive Blazing Sevens jackpot bet. The player was dealt 2 7 of diamonds, and then the dealer turned over a 7 of diamonds, thus triggering into jackpot. So it was basically sort of a flush, I guess you can call it.
Sort of a flush. Okay.
I guess so.
That's,
I mean, it was only 3 cards.
That's the
there.
hand. Sort of
Yeah.
a flush. Okay.
Yes. So the press releases sometimes don't go into every detail of what's going on. So I'm assuming there was another diamonds that the dealer had. So, but it triggered the jackpot. He won $364,718.
Okay.
We're going to move over. Actually, we're going to stay. I just mentioned the live casinos. We've got 2 jackpots in the live casinos in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. That one's in Pittsburgh and one's in Philadelphia.
Pittsburgh, one in Philly. Yeah. We've got the Memorial Day Weekend Madness promotion that they were running. And as you can tell, this is part of Memorial Day Weekend. One person hit a jackpot in Philly. One person hit a jackpot in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Trisha C. won $45,148 at Live Pittsburgh, and the anonymous winner in Philly hit for $34,100. Each of them became the 4th jackpot winner of the Mystery Progressive Slot Program that's going on at both properties.
Okay.
They don't know what they're going to win. It starts at $10,000.
I was going to ask you, what's the mystery? You just don't know.
They don't know the jackpot.
You don't know what the jackpot size is.
You don't know what the jackpot is.
All right.
So it starts at $10,000 and can go up to $50,000, no more than $50,000.
Okay.
So somebody's going to hit it between $10,000 and $50,000. Don't know when they're going to hit it. Don't know what the amount is, but it can't go more than $50,000. Can't go less than $10,000.
Okay.
You're guaranteed something. And also, what happens when somebody hits this progressive jackpot? They've got a 1 hour worth of free slot play to everyone playing on the floor.
Oh, so that's everyone who's on the floor
Yes.
at that time.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
So that's actually kind of a very interesting promotion they're doing there. And congratulations to those 2 winners. We're going to end this segment talking about the Michigan Lottery. We haven't done a Michigan Lottery story in a while.
What lottery did we have last? Was it Virginia
We
Lottery?
did Virginia Lottery
yeah,
the
okay.
last couple of times.
Okay.
There have been a lot of winners in Virginia, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it seemed like every week.
And I think before that, every state has its own different version of the lottery, whether it's online or brick and mortar. This one is a actual brick and mortar lottery win. I guess you can call it that. Retail lottery win, not the online.
Okay. Someone actually went into a store or a restaurant or a pub. Okay, good.
A pub. And this Michigan man won twice in a month.
Twice in a month.
Twice in a month.
Did he buy the tickets at the same pub?
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, that's a great pub.
$1.3 million total win.
Wow.
He won the 90. He won $95,231 Club Keno the Jack prize.
Okay.
On April 20th. He bought it at the Main Street Pub, and I'd be happy winning $95,000 as well.
What do you do if you want $95,000 in the middle of a bar? You just jump up and scream. Do they? I wonder if they have security cameras in the bar. If they can show the guy winning $95,000.
See, the question I have is, do they actually tell you how much you won?
I don't know. Well, certainly the bar doesn't have $95,000 to pay out to them.
I'm talking about in terms of when they see the readout.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does it say you won 95, or does it say contact your local lottery agent?
Well, since you told me he won $1.3 million in a month, and he only won $95,000 in this time, so he won huge the next time, right?
He came back almost a month later on May 13th, same pub.
I would have been back the next day.
Yeah, right.
So,
but a Main Street Pub again.
All right.
And he was sitting there. He decided to go ahead and play some more Keno. So he bought the same. He did a fast cash ticket, which is their quick pick kind of thing.
Okay.
And the jackpot was high, according to the guy's friend who was sitting next to him in the bar.
Okay.
He said, "Go ahead, buy some." So he bought some, and he decided to play. He looked them over right away, and he saw that the 3 jackpot symbols on the same row had shown up on his ticket.
Wow. Okay.
So what he did was he got up, got his phone out, scanned the ticket. By the way, these apps are great to know these
Scan
things.
the ticket. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he scanned the ticket with his lottery app. These were scratchers.
Okay.
And when he saw the amount come up on the screen, the app actually told him how much he won.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if the actual machines in the pub actually would tell him how much he won.
See, that's a professional lottery player. If you have an app on your phone for your lottery play, that's kind of
everywhere now.
I guess so.
I mean, I wonder.
I never even would think to download an app for lottery.
Well, if you're doing on Jackpocket.
Well, Jackpocket, yeah,
Yes.
but if you're doing a scratcher, and you I guess it's it's an app that tells you if you won as a barcode.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't even know to download something like that.
See, and I know some tickets, depending on where you're getting them, have like the QR code on them too.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, everything has a QR code.
Yeah.
now.
So, but again, he scanned it, and according to the press release, he turned to his friend and said, "You're not going to believe this," and it was a $1.27 million win.
Wow.
On this ticket.
Unbelievable.
So the Main Street Pub is the place to go in Michigan.
Yeah, where is this? I'm checking this out. What is
Located at 4514 West Main Street in Kalamazoo.
Wow, there you go. Check out the Main Street Pub.
They just gave out 1.3, or they didn't do it, but the lottery through them gave out $1.3 million.
Next time I'm in Michigan, I'm going to the, what is this, Main Street Pub in Kalamazoo.
Now, the one question I have is, how much do they get? Is it 5% or
I don't
10%?
know. I don't.
They didn't say how much the pub got.
Are you going to have to check with the Michigan Lottery
Every
Commission?
place is different.
Every
place does it differently.
Yeah.
And, that's why a lot of these places do the retail lottery.
Yeah.
They get those commission sales.
If someone wins, you get some money.
Exactly. Not only do they get, I think, a chunk of the actual ticket sale, but they get a bounty. On the winning tickets. So, but that's it for this week's Beatin the House. Again, congratulations to all our winners, casinos, lotteries, sports books, and bingo parlors. Please send in your press releases, info@turnpikesportsradio.com, and we'll keep doing these segments. We're learning about some of these games, and actually now we're learning about some of the pubs out there that are actually giving out winning tickets. So,
definitely.
Looking forward to seeing some more of these. So that's it for this week.
And that'll do it for us. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.